We've got 13 seconds to go until the start of the IMOCA 60s and the Class 40s, and one of the boats that catches our eye here halfway down the line is Hugo Boss, that is winding herself up onto the line at speed. Real pace there. She's got full main up, one of the few open 60s to have a full mainsail up.
Individual recall.
Small jib. Well, I don't think that would have been Hugo Boss, because there were several other boats ahead of her on the line. I would say out of that group from where we're looking at it, and I'm interested to hear Ian's view in a minute, that Hugo Boss got an absolutely superb start there. She came from a few boat lengths back from the line at speed, wound the thing up, got it on the pace, and just literally came straight through the fleet into clear air, pressing out on starboard as she heads over towards the island.
Yeah, we had a fantastic group of Class 40 starting down here at the squadron end, led by the Sultan of Oman Class 40, and I think she was OCS. I haven't heard sail numbers call, haven't seen any boats go back yet, but she obviously led the fleet out, but unfortunately I think she's probably OCS.
Imerys had a good start, Phil Sharp there. Lots of French boats here in the Class 40 division in particular.
Another couple of boats to watch out for in the IMOCA 60s is there's a yellow one, a bright yellow one called Bureau Valley, and that's the boat which won the last Vendée Globe when it was called Banque Populaire. And there's another sort of blue and white one called SMA, which has got it's got SMA on the mainsail, which you'll see, which is the boat which won the Vendée Globe before that. So we've got some boats with very impressive credentials here.
Well, with the port tackers now look to have made some really good starts there. They're coming together, the fleet's coming together with your bunch on starboard. I guess we had about 8 here, Ian, who tried the port tack.
Yeah, and I can't say for sure, but they've got a chance of crossing some of the the 60s. And we can see that the Sultanate of Oman Class 40 has turned back and is trying to get on the correct side of the starting line and make a correct start.
It's a Belgian boat, Roaring 40, coming in on starboard, but they are going round the sterns of those port tack starters. So I think Imerys had a really good start there, and then one of the French 40s with a green sail had a good start as well. And they're crossing now as the helicopter buzzes them, getting their pictures of the Rolex Fastnet race 2017, Saint-Michel, Verbach, and they've got a reef in there. Who can you see at the moment, Matt? Who do you think's got the advantage?
We can see Gustave Rossi with their distinctive red sails, a Class 40, just tacking over onto port there. We've got who's that to windward, James? That one that's a 60, isn't it? With yes, with the full mainsail up. No, not that one. The one, this yellow one here with the yellow on the main says Colleen on the mainsail.
Right.
I'm not quite sure who that is.
That's a guy called Arnaud Boissier. He's a sort of 3-time Vendée Globe skipper, a very fantastic guy. So it's great to see him up in the start line. Immediately ahead of us, actually, we've got Initiative Kerr, which is one of the few sort of Franco-English boats. It's the boat which has been skippered by British offshore sailing heroine Sam Davis, who's basically just taking over the skippering of that boat from a French guy called Tanguy de la Motte, who's sailing with her in this. Tanguy's basically emigrating to the States, so Sam is taking over this campaign, which is basically a charity operation. They raise money to give children born with heart defects surgery. So fantastic campaign which Sam's taking over there.
It's interesting to see, looking around us, the number of boats that started there that had reefs in their mainsail, particularly the 60s, and a few like Hugo Boss and a couple of others that started with a full main. I mean, those started with a full main. Are they just making a statement, or are the ones with a reef being overcautious? Because we have only got sort of 15, 18 knots of breeze.
Yeah, I guess it just comes down to a boat handling issue. They know they've got to do a lot of tacks out here through the Solent. I suspect that full mainsail is still a better performance option, but if you've got to do 20, 30 tacks out of the Solent, I'm not sure whether having a reef in just makes things slightly more manageable.
Ian Moore, James Boyd, Matt Sheehan and Simon Vigo with you here for the start of the Rolex Fastnet race 2017. The IMOCA 60s are away along with Class 40, tacking up towards the Needles and far beyond. Hugo Boss tagging there. Great start for Alex Thompson on Hugo Boss. So the second starters are underway here on Fastnet Radio.